The base of the cooking utensils are made heavy and thick. In order to increase its thermal capacity. Thermal capacity or heat capacity is the same. In order to increase its thermal capacity. Number 2, right? The base of an iron press. The base of an iron press is made heavy and thick. The base of an iron press is made heavy and thick. To increase its thermal capacity. Number 3, you write. Calorimeter is made of, what is a calorimeter? Container in which we do the calorimetry. Yeah? A calorimeter is made up of thin copper metal. Calorimeter is made of thin copper metal in order to make its thermal capacity very low. So these are the recent test questions which I have given. Okay, now give next heading. Okay, before that, just think. What is melting point? You all know what is the melting point? The fixed temperature at which a solid changes into liquid. That is called melting point. What is boiling point? The fixed temperature at which a liquid changes into gas or vapor. That is called boiling point. What is the melting point of ice? Pure ice. What is the melting point of pure ice? 0 degrees Celsius. You know that, no? Huh? Pure ice melts at how much degrees Celsius? 0 degrees Celsius. And water boils at how much degrees Celsius? 100, pure water, 100 degrees Celsius. Just give the heading now. Effect of pressure and impurities. Effect of pressure and impurities on MP. MP means what? Melting point. On MP and BP. Melting point and boiling point of a substance. Right there under this heading, write point number 1. Just at A, point A. Right. With the increase of pressure, with the increase of pressure and addition of impurities, and the addition of impurities comma, the melting point of ice decreases. Whereas the boiling point of water increases. Whereas BP of water, BP means boiling point of water increases. Okay, now listen. When we have ice, what is the melting point? 0 degrees Celsius, pure ice water. Okay, when we increase pressure on ice, what will happen? The ice will melt faster because melting point will become low, and it will melt faster, quicker. Understand? No? Suppose you are having a big block of ice. If you put some heavy weight, some iron weight on top of it, no, all the ice will melt faster, quicker. You have a big block of it, just press it with the knife. Just increase the pressure on that surface. You will see that the knife will be making the ice melt there, and the knife will go inside. Slowly, slowly. Ice skaters, when they will be stamping on the block of ice, no, so there will be a mark on there. Why? Because the portion which is getting larger pressure is melting there. That ice is melting, so there is a mark seen. Why? Because with the increase of pressure, the melting point of ice decreases. Understand? And also with the addition of impurities. Suppose you have a big block of ice, sprinkle salt on it, ice will melt faster. Because addition of impurities also lowers the melting point of ice, and the ice will melt quicker. When there is a huge snowfall and the road gets blocked and all, in Kashmir area, Jammu Kashmir and all, the army people know what do they do to clear the road? They bring bag of salt and they sprinkle salt from them. The snow will start melting quicker, faster. The road is clear. But in emergency situation, they will do because that requires large amount of salt. Suggest two methods so that the ice melts quicker. Suggest two methods. Increase the weight, increase the pressure, or add impurities in the form of salt and all. Understood? No? Have you ever observed it? Suppose you are having a block of ice, so keep some iron weight on top of it, it will melt faster. Or you add salt in it, it will melt quicker than its normal rate, because the melting point will become less. When a mixture of salt and water is frozen, so it will change into ice, and that ice, the melting point and the freezing point also will get lowered. Normally, what is the freezing point of pure water? What is the freezing point? 0 degree, no? But with the addition of salt and all impurities, the freezing point will be less than 0 degree. It will be something minus 5 degrees Celsius and all. So the ice formed from the freezing mixture and the ice formed from pure water, which will be colder? The salt one or the only pure water one, which will be, in one case we got water in which impurities are there. In another case there is no impurity, and we are freezing both of them. Which of the ice will be colder? Impurity one, because the freezing point is also getting lowered, no, it's decreasing. It was 0 degree, now this will make the ice of minus 5 degrees Celsius, and this will make the ice of 0 degrees Celsius. So definitely the ice of minus 5 degrees Celsius is colder, no? Yes or no? When they make ice creams, they say ice creams are colder than normal ice. Ice creams are colder than because ice creams are made by using ingredients. You add sugar, flavors, juices, many things you mix together and then you freeze. Yes or no? So this ice cream will be colder, and ice cream will melt also quicker because of the low melting point. Now it will melt also quicker, faster. Understand? So that is the reason why when ice cream is colder, but when you touch with the tongue, it starts melting. But the normal ice will not melt. A mixture of salt and water is called freezing mixture. When you freeze this mixture, it will make the ice of lower degree Celsius than the 0 degree Celsius. Maybe minus 5, minus 10 and all. So because of the lower melting point, it will melt also faster. Okay. So this type of result test question may come on that. And then another one. When we increase the pressure, Rufi. वो डोलोपा रेस्पी है ना टैबलेट, डोलोपा रेस्पी दांत का दर्द में कल खाया था, अच्छा फायदा किया, उसको ले लोगे तो 400. When we increase pressure, what happens to the boiling point of water? Boiling point increases. So water normally boils at how many degrees Celsius? 100. But due to high pressure, it will not boil at 100, it will boil at a higher. That happens in pressure cooker. In pressure cooker, we are closing the lid and on the simple pressure, we are increasing the pressure there. When we increase the pressure inside the cooker, no, the water boils at how many degrees Celsius? Nearly 120. 120 degrees Celsius, 125 degrees Celsius, this kind of temperature. Now you compare two kinds of water, water of 120 degrees Celsius and water of 100 degrees Celsius. Which of the water, two kinds of water will contain more quantity of heat? 121. Due to large content of heat, no, it will cook the food properly and in shorter time. Anything you want to melt inside, like cooking, so then 120 degrees Celsius water will be cooking it more properly and in a shorter time. Understand? That is possible where due to high pressure. Suppose you are boiling water and you are surprised to see that the water is boiling at 110 degrees Celsius. What could be the reason? The pressure is more. Maybe at that place the atmospheric pressure value is high. That happens due to high atmospheric pressure, not normal pressure. Okay, now the another one. When we add impurities like salt, this thing and all, and we boil water, there also the boiling point will be more. When we cook, when we make a cup of tea and just boil a cup of water, which takes longer time? Cup of tea. Cup of tea will take longer time. Why? Because here the water boiling point will be more than this one. So of course the cup of tea is going to absorb larger quantity of heat. It will take longer time. And of course that will be hotter. A cup of tea is hotter than the boiling water. It will be hotter. It will cause more severe burn on the leaves than the just hot water. Okay. So the reason is when we add impurity, the boiling point all increases. That's the 2.5 given. And the reason type question which I discussed. You remember that, no? Yes, sir. Huh? Okay. Now, another thing, just give that, latent heat. Latent. Latent. Latent heat. Latent. Latent heat. Okay, just listen. When we heat a body, when we heat a substance, no, you can see two effects. You can see that there is a rise in temperature. That is one effect. And the second effect, you can see change of state, physical state, like maybe solid is changing into liquid and liquid may be changing into vapor. That may happen. Okay, but both of them, I mean, change of temperature or rise of temperature and the change of state do not occur simultaneously, one at a time. If the temperature of the body is changing, that time state will not change. And when the state will change, that time temperature will not change. Temperature will be constant. Suppose we have 0 degrees Celsius of water, we heat. You will see from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, the temperature is only rising, but water remains water only. And at 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point. No, so at 100 degrees Celsius, now the water will start boiling. And that time you will find the temperature remains the same. Okay. Latent heat. The understood what is latent heat? Latent means the heat required for change of state, not for change of temperature. Huh? It's called latent heat. Huh? Why it is called latent? Latent means hidden heat. The heat, hidden heat. Why it is called hidden heat? Because it does not show any rise of temperature. How do you know whether the body is gaining heat or losing heat? When the temperature rises, you say the body is gaining heat. It loses heat, temperature falls, the temperature is falling. But during the change of state, it does not show any change of temperature, neither rise nor fall. There is such a heat is called latent heat. Okay, just like the heat required for the change of state at a constant temperature. At a constant temperature, the heat required for the change of state at a constant temperature. At a constant temperature, the heat required for the change of state at a constant temperature is called latent heat. Latent heat. Latent heat. So, latent heat means hidden heat. Just like same line. Latent heat means hidden heat. Latent heat means hidden. HIDDEN. Hidden heat. Because such a heat does not show any change of temperature. Change of temperature. Okay. So today you do this one. Tomorrow is Sunday, no? So Monday will continue. Monday little bit theory is left. Then we will be doing problems on this.